Alright, so, good morning. Well, I think it's morning. Technically.
18 more minutes.
18 more minutes. So, I'm here today with my brother again because a really interesting development has happened with one of the last videos that we did. It apparently, and this is completely natural, BYU wants to join the Big 12 conference, as well as a lot of other people, because apparently the Big 12 is trying to get more members, especially in football, and that's more of a purely sports subject, and that's fine. However, the development that's happened though is apparently a group of LGBT and people and allies have sent a letter to the Big 12 administrators asking that they not consider BYU because of, quote, what was the term they used? Discriminatory policies?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, we read into this, and there's a few things that we agree with and some things that we disagree with. And they have a lot to do with a thing that we mentioned at least a bit in our last video, the honor code specifically, where the BYU's honor code is just simply a codified living, LDS living standards, which also, we're going to say right up front that it's not exactly a problem that BYU has. I mean, we never really had a problem with BYU having an honor code. It's just what's been done with it, especially in recent years, that's not been a problem. Now, why exactly would the honor code be an issue here?
Well, I have to go into my whole thing on BYU then. My honest opinion is that it shouldn't exist if it wants to do what it's trying to do right now.
The BYU.
Yeah, Boise State stuff aside, I have my own opinion about, I don't really want us to be in the Big 12. But if BYU wants to pretend to be one of the others, just the regular guys, they need to stop pretending. They put themselves on this high moral pedestal. We're the official school of the church. Everyone needs to come here, yada yada, which is why their national following is so hyped, ramped up, and false, because it's padded with every member of the LDS faith. But BYU puts themselves that high up, and then they're like, well, we still want to be one of the regular guys. We play sports, our fan bases, they're pretty cool and all that. Their fan bases are not pretty cool, yet they claim high standards. They should not be doing that. So yes, they have a honor code, and if you'll look at it from an outsider's perspective, the honor code does violate the things that LGBT claims. That's just there. Yeah, they have a separate moral system than what the rest of the world would like to put on them, but that's different. But BYU can't claim to be one of the other guys and yet still claim this high moral authority. There's all kinds of different ways of thinking. But if you want to be part of the large group, you got to say, well, we're just doing this. But BYU's all, no, we're doing everything. We're including everything. Everything about our rules and the way we act and religion, everything. It's all right there. But if you want to be part of a conference, you gotta do certain things, and well, my opinion is BYU shouldn't be owned by the LDS faith anymore. They should do something else. But
well, right, and a lot of that's basically what I think. But the actual some of the actual criticisms that that letter had against BYU are either incorrect or very oddly placed. Like one thing I noticed, and I'll read straight from the article that I'm going here. I might link it in the description. I might not. If I don't, whatever. I'm not sorry. Athletic directors and presidents from the 10 league schools also received a letter, which said BYU provides no protections for LGBT students and is very clear about its intent to discriminate. Fair enough. I'd say that's not in exactly the right frame of reference, but fair enough. In reference to the school's honor code, which states homosexual behavior is inappropriate and bans all forms of physical intimacy that give expression to homosexual feelings. This is only partially correct. You gotta realize what the honor code actually is. It's just LDS living standards, which would give all physical intimacy, whether it was a male-female couple, male-male couple, or female-female couple. So it's not, if this were me writing that letter, odd thing that would be. If this were me coming at them, I would not include that because that's, the common expression "four on the floor." I mean, a lot of the things that you're claiming that LGBT students aren't able to do there at BYU, straight, cisgender, the word cisgendered people wouldn't necessarily be able to do either. Yeah, I mean, you gotta, you should probably take up the offer that Tom Holmoe made in. If you say that,
no.
Yeah, okay. If you say that too quickly, it might. But Tom Holmoe put out that infamous tweet about this situation. LGBT players, coaches, and fans are always welcome to the BYU campus. Everyone should be treated with respect, dignity, and love. Now,
they're allowed to be on campus. Didn't say anything about being able to be students.
Well, we actually took up that offer more or less. We actually went to the campus, and my whole 40-minute monologue about that in the BYU Cup Burn video might have something to say, about that. But it, I will say that I didn't get the feeling that we were being discriminated against because of anything that we were perceived to be. You know what I mean? I mean,
we just got the "who do we hate" Boise State.
Yeah, they hated us because we're Boise State people, not because of anything that they. Yeah. So and it would have been for, I guess, any gay BSU fans. If I don't think we know any. But,
I will say this though. There's lots of couples like in any university. Male and female holding hands, maybe kissing or whatever, walking across the campus, just innocent stuff like that. Now on BYU, according to the stuff laid out in their honor code, if a gay couple was holding hands, kissing, and doing all that, would that be allowed on BYU campus? That's the crux of the matter right there. Would they be allowed to be doing that? And no. They wouldn't. I don't know. I'll go into my thing on their reporting system. But basically, gay people can be gay there. They just can't tell any. It's don't ask, don't tell. It's a don't tell anyone you're gay. Don't show anyone you're gay. Oh, but people can ask, I guess. But do ask, do tell. Do ask, don't tell, I guess. I don't know. But concerning that, I'm just going to quote from the article. Which one? I guess you might post it.
I might post it.
Okay. If there's a student in your class and he misinterprets something you say, he can turn you in, and he has the honor code on his side. That I've heard of that going on at BYU forever. Someone hears something about another person, they report it in. We've gone over the rape case in the other video, so we won't go over that. But that's a whole other thing too. I mean, to me, if someone sees something suspicious, or they hear of something, they see something, or whatever, they report to the heads about not doing honor code to snuff, and then they get in trouble. So what that reminded me of, history class. The Germany with whether it's 30s or 40s, where, hey, I think that person might be a Jew. I'm going to send the Gestapo or whatever the organization was to go and check it out. And basically, they checked it out by kicking them out of the country. And that is just like what BYU does here.
Or sending them to Auschwitz.
That guy was holding hands with another guy. I heard that guy was kissing another guy. I heard she kissed another girl.
Oh, yeah.
Honor code, boom, and gets out. Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, that's the problem is not necessarily having a BYU is BYU having an honor code. It's just what is being done with it. A lot of the time, you can have your standards, but you got to make sure you actually follow them. Now, I guess I should cover the original idea why I wanted to do this video in the first place as well. BYU's getting a lot of heat for this, and well, it's not entirely undeserved. But more to the point is that they wouldn't be having nearly, this kind of problem if they had just simply handled certain kinds of things properly, like rape cases. What we discussed before. It was the National Organization of Women, wasn't? Yeah, they were in this, and
the NWO.
No, the NOW.
Oh, okay.
Where my disagreements with them aside, they do have a legitimate grievance here where. Aside from this, where certain rape cases were not handled properly, and women were unjustly persecuted because of it.
There's LDS standards, and then there's BYU standards, and it comes through different angles on different LDS policies. Basically, they treat, if a sexual act happened, everybody's wrong. They kick them all out, even though the woman might have been raped and wasn't at all her fault. LDS has doctrine called the Word of Wisdom. So then BYU goes, okay, no caffeinated drinks on campus.
Yeah.
No Mountain Dew. They go to an asinine extreme where we saw caffeine-free Diet Mountain Dew at the bookstore.
So it's basically just saccharin and water.
Yeah, which it still tastes like Mountain Dew, and I like the flavor, but. You have to go to that much of an extreme where it's not actually, you could still be a member of the church, go to the temple, be part of the elders quorum, presidency, secretary, whatever, or teach in it, and still drink Mountain Dew all the time. Tell the bishop you do it, see the bishop do it, because, and by the way, many different members of my bishopric and elders quorum have been to a tailgate, which isn't against the standards of the church.
Yeah,
that is a sidetrack. Either way, BYU takes to extremes the actual doctrines of the LDS faith. And basically, that's it right there. BYU cannot go the direction it's going and still try to pretend to be one of the other people.
Right. BYU, if it had handled itself properly, would not be in this situation. If it had handled the rape cases properly, it would not be in this situation. If it had handled certain expulsion-related matters, it would not be in this situation. If it had actually taken the advice of certain, apostles and prophets, both modern and, and in other times, they would not be in this situation where, you've always got to be on an actual moral high ground instead of just telling everybody that you're on a moral high ground. And geez, what do we call that? There's a certain passage in Alma 31 you might want to go read again, but yeah.
It boils down to people think they're so much better than everyone else.
Yeah.
And that is BYU in a nutshell. They can just be, okay, we got gay people, we got these people, and let's just all be part of a big group and have some fun. No, BYU has to go and do what they do instead of, well, we have our church and we have our standards, we are going to go and live that way. No, BYU's like, darn it, you do this.
This is where the libertarian side of me comes out, where, if you want to be living by certain standards, you should have no problem doing that. But
go off and live them.
You shouldn't be forcing other people to do that, though. But anyway, I'm going to call the video to a close there since we covered most of everything we wanted to do. Y'all have a good day.